All right, let's talk about Magic Foundations. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the new Jumpstart cards, not the Legends yet because they're going to need more time. But I think this set is packed with cool stuff and I want to talk about it. So Dawnwing Marshal here is neat. We don't know exactly what plane this is from. It's giving Ixalan a little bit because of the Jaguar folk Leonin and the either Drake or Dinosaur that they're riding. But this feels like the surface, not the core, so it's hard to say. I like Eidolon of Astral Winds. I love the composition of this piece here. You can see the mural with the wings behind the Eidolon here. For those of you who don't know what an Eidolon is basically when someone escapes the underworld on Theros, they split in half. Their body continues as the zombie returned, and their spirit continues as an Eidolon. Neither of which really remember their whole lives, and the only person we've ever know who has recovered from this was Daxos, Elspeth's love interest. Faithful Pike Master feels like it's Alara. The Bantian rocks have this sort of thing. Like they can be soldiers, but also they're like monks and stuff, and this just feels like Bant to me. I just wanted to bring up Generous Pup because this is super cute. This is also Ravnica. You can see the Selesnian pots to either side, but this is adorable. Hinterland Sanctifier is our obvious Bloomburrow. Bloomburrow has already returned. Part of this video is I want to teach you how to spot this stuff. So Bloomburrow versus like another anthropomorphic animal, the oversized plants around him. Delightful Discovery looks like a spring break trip on Arcavios, the plane of Strixhaven. You can tell there's a star arch in the background. You've got a Lorehold student here that's a dwarf. You've got a Jin Prismari student here. And on the far side, you have a Witherbloom student, although I couldn't tell you what species they are. Probably human, maybe? Oh, it looks like they might be a vampire. Hence the parasol shade. Clever. Gilded Scuttler is Kaladesh. Very obvious from both the gold in the artifact, the filigree designs all around it, the Vidalkin here who probably have 6 fingers. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, they got 6 fingers. Phantasmal Shieldback is just adorable. I love this card. This would have been the kind of card that I put in every single deck I built with blue back when I first started playing Magic. The masks of these guys here tickle my memory. They've got vaguely like a Nordic vibe here, but I can't place it specifically. If you recognize these masks, let me know. Starlight Snare is very obviously Kamigawa. You can tell from the tech. There's a Nezumi right here who's been trapped by this tech constellation thing. Revoke Demise, it looks like an adventuring party on Zendikar. You can tell there's the core over there to the left. This person seems like they might also be a core, and then you've got like a human here, and it appears to be a human they're reviving. Scourge of the Undercity, just the name alone tells you that this is probably Ravnica, the Gorgon. A Gorgon vampire is just a very cool type. Like, did we know that could be a thing? I guess technically Gorgons could have always been vampires, but it's pretty neat to have that combo. Wriggling Grub by the flavor text implies that this is Strixhaven on Arcavios. This is probably a Witherbloom class lesson. Fire Spitter Whelp, both by the flavor text and by the art going on here, is most likely also Strixhaven or Arcavios, although it might be somewhere else. Talaria, you can usually tell by the people because they have very specific uniforms. Frontline Heroism is yet another Zendikar card. You can tell this is like a war band of some kind. You've got a goblin up there, a core back there, troops of people in the back. Pretty cool. Goblin Surprise is Tarkir. These are both a Mardu and Temer goblin. Hearts on Fire is pretty cool. It features Hal and Elena as a team-up, and, they're obviously a couple in the story. Sandstorm Crasher is a great example of what's probably a plain agnostic card. There's not a lot here to identify it. The Minotaur is pretty generic looking. The landscape and the sky don't really tell us much. But Scholar of Combustion, very obviously Lorehold Mage. Go Forth is really cool. I like seeing Nissa on cards. And I like the flavor text here. Spark or no, Nissa will always be an explorer. Hungry Megasloth is Ikoria. You can tell from the Icorian crystals in the background. That's usually the giveaway. They're present in almost every piece of Icorian art. Razorgrass Invoker feels like Lorwyn, mostly because Lorwyn elves are the ones that have these horns. Although we can't see the feet here, but it appears like they might have the satyr-like feet of the Lorwyn elves as well. Capennan elves also have horns, but they are like little devil horns and they're just mostly nubs. Plus, Capenna doesn't have something that looks like this. Saurian Symbiote feels like the on the pathway to the core of Ixalan, one of the creatures that has been infested with all the fungus creatures. Scythecat Cub, a Scythecat is from Zendikar. It's a sort of unique kind of cat that has, let me move over a little bit, it has one of these like scythes on the sides of its legs as an additional weapon. Slimy Piper, this is a Dominarian Thalid. They have sort of these rotund bodies with the, I guess flowering, I don't know what you'd call it, the flowering fungi at the top. Plus he's trailed by a band of saprolings, however you want to say it. Spine Tyrannax is from Mirrodin. These ones look like they were living in the Phyrexian side of things. A Tyrannax is a unique kind of dinosaur beast to Mirrodin. Woodland Liege is hard to tell. I would call it plain agnostic. It's very hard to decide from what's here, what's going on. Outlander explicitly says Alara, which has interesting implications for Golos, because look at the type of robot there, especially the head shape. You can see that head shape here, which might indicate where Golos is from. That said, it's not 100% confirmation yet. If you're new to Magic, core sets sometimes had flavor text that had nothing to do with the world being shown above. Starnheim Mementos, very obviously this is a Valkyrie from Kaldheim. And that's it for the regular new cards. I'll talk about the legends next time.